Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you some of the books that I am most anticipating for the next 3 months, so October, November, and December. I have some of these I've had on my list for a while, and some of them I have just heard about recently, and I am excited about all of them. And the first one I feel like needs no description or reasoning, so I'm just gonna put up this picture. Yeah, I tore through the first one, so I already pre-ordered this one before I even finished the first one. So I'll be reading that one pretty soon after it comes out, probably during Dewey's. So October 18th is a big day for books, it seems, or at least for books that I'm excited about, because Buffering also comes out on the 18th, and that is by Hannah Hart. And if you don't know who Hannah Hart is, I kind of wonder if you've been under a rock. She is a YouTuber who does, she's famous for the My Drunk Kitchen series, but she is just a wonderful light in the YouTube community. She's a wonderful light just in general in the world, because she's such a positive person, and I just have always been a huge fan of Hannah's and have loved watching her success. And Buffering is actually a collection of essays that kind of create her memoir. So it's just different stories about her life and the struggles she's been through, the triumphs in her life, kind of how she got here and what it was like growing up being Hannah. And I'm really interested because I think that, you know, her story in general is really wonderful, but also she has alluded to some of the things that she went to as an LGBT youth, and that I'm really interested in because I feel like I'm going to relate a lot to that, and it's something that I definitely could have benefited from as a teenager. And so I think it's great that that Hannah is out there, and that her story is going to be out there for young LGBT youths at this point. So I'm super excited about that. That's definitely something I want to pick up the day it comes out or very soon after. So then on November 1st, Nicola Yoon is coming out with a new book, and it's called The Sun Is Also a Star, and it is set in New York City. It's kind of it seems like a teen love story a little bit, but I'm sure there are going to be a lot more complex issues, because there were definitely some complex issues in her first book, Everything Everything, which I absolutely adored. I think I read that during the last Dewey's, and I absolutely loved it. I tore through it, so I'm looking forward to picking this one up. The storyline is something about how this girl and her family are about to be deported to Jamaica, and then she meets this boy, and it's the wrong time to start a romance, and it's kind of sounds like it's going to be about their romance, about their different cultures and their different lives, and also the struggle of deportation and how that impacts a family. That sort of sounds like where this book is going, but I find Nicola Yoon's writing to be compulsively readable, so I'm really excited about this one. On November 22nd, Of Fire and Stars comes out by Audrey Coulthurst, and this is a book that's been getting a lot of buzz on BookTube recently. That's actually how I heard about it, and I got really excited about the premise because it combines a lot of things that I really like. It is a YA fantasy book that is set in kind of the Middle East type setting. There's been a lot of books that's been in kind of like a desert setting recently, and it's about a girl who she's been betrothed since birth to marry the prince. She is a princess, and their marriage will create an alliance that will protect her country and her people, but things obviously go awry, and she ends up falling in love with his sister, it sounds like. So it's kind of like a princess LGBT romance, it sounds like, but it also alluded to her having fire powers, which sounds like there's going to be some Jinn lore in there, and I think we all know at this point how I feel about stories that involve Jinn and Jinn lore, so I'm so there for this one. On December 6th, Show Me a Mountain by Carrie Young comes out, and this one is the story of a girl who is kind of torn between the worlds of her two parents. Her father is a Chinese immigrant and her mother is of African descent, and it's set in Jamaica, and she is brought up in a kind of privileged life living on this plantation that her mother kind of lords over, and her father's kind of fast lifestyle in Chinatown has been off limits to her, and so she's been very sheltered. And it sounds like a kind of coming of age story about how she is finding out about herself and trying to create a future for herself that does not rely on the past that was built by her mom and her dad. And it's also set in a kind of civil unrest, or kind of I'm not sure if it's so much civil unrest or it's just kind of Jamaica trying to come to terms with its past. And so it sounds like it's going to have a lot of really wonderful cultural elements. And the author, Carrie Young, is Jamaican, and she actually is the daughter of a Chinese immigrant and a Jamaican woman of African descent. So I'm excited because it sounds like this is something that's really a perspective she has. And yeah, this looks like one of those books that is going to be really exciting and really eye-opening. So those are kind of the books that I am looking forward to the most in the coming months. I know that other ones are going to pop up that I'm going to be really excited about, but these are the ones that have been on my list for a while or for recently. I definitely know that the moment I heard about buffering, I added it to my most anticipated books because, yeah, like I said, I just adore Hannah Hart. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking these out, reading them, and I've been doing a really good job of actually reading the books that I have on my most anticipated list. Which I am proud of myself for, because you know, you get excited about books and then other ones come out and you forget about the ones you were so excited about sometimes. But this year I've done a really good job of getting around to the books that I have been anticipating, the ones that I really wanted to pick up, and hopefully that will continue through the last 3 months of the year. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.